night of racing, always good. And when it's really hard fought, well, that makes it great. Hey, good Saturday morning to you, and welcome to Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live. Laptime Live brought to you by Cocopah Casino, Racing Radio, here on Outlaw Country AM 1400. As always, I'm your host, Mike Stanhope. Thanks for joining us this morning. An off weekend out at the Diamond in the Desert, but certainly lots to talk about this morning, including the barn-burning action we all got treated to last Saturday night. From top to bottom, intensity, the watchword for all of the on-track action in the IMCA Modifieds, the Pro Stocks, the RV World IMCA Sport Mods, the Fisher Automotive Street Stocks, and the Napa Auto Parts IMCA Hobby Stocks. Also stopping in for a visit with us this morning, we'll hear from Josh Wood, driver of the J11 IMCA Sport Mod. He'll be joining us in just a few minutes. Well, as noted, an off week out at Cocopah Speedway. Good opportunity to take a deep breath, and felt like we all needed it after the excitement of last Saturday. And then, of course, we're right back at it, looking ahead to next Saturday, bringing us round number 9 of the 2014 Cocopah Speedway Racing Series. Budweiser Victory Lane time now. Let's look back at the action from last Saturday night. And to say the racing was hard fought, well, definite understatement, with excitement throughout all 5 divisions. We start our review this morning in the IMCA Modifieds, a thriller with multiple cars battling for the lead late, in particular those of Yuma's Ty Rogers in the 8T and Brawley's Russell Allen in the 23R. But in the end, it was Bobby Horton in the number 3 driving from the back of the pack in a car that took some serious damage during an early race wreck, who got up on the high line and got to the finish line first.
Well, either it was going to stick or it wasn't. I was just holding it wide open all the ways around. Everybody was kind of going in the middle and through the bottom, and I was just, there's nothing up there, but I was trying to make it work. I was just holding it wide open all the ways around and just got lucky at the end there.
Horton for the win with the last lap move, while Rogers and Allen took second and third. One other nice drive from the rear of the field after early contact as well. Imperial's Lance Maury in the 19 SB, making it all the way back up to the 4th spot. In the Pro Stocks, Westmoreland's Brent Ashurst in the number 21 made a nice early move to get past Yuma's Joe Haynes in the 17Z. Ashurst racing on to the feature win.
Thanks. That kitchen sink we put in it last week that we talked about, we went ahead and removed all that plumbing tonight because the track really threw us a loop. So it's kind of fun to work both directions, real dry, and now we're coming to a real heavy track.
Ashurst in victory lane, crediting some on-the-fly adjustments during the course of the evening as his key to victory.
We've gotten bit a few times by not reading the track properly, so now we read the track a little bit better. We try to find out where everyone else is running, and we try to capitalize on that. And I feel like, the last race, I feel like we really gave that one away, but we kept friends by doing that. We didn't get anything tore up. So in the back of my head, you're thinking, I'm not letting another one go. So when you see the opportunity, you get a little more aggressive.
Ashurst for the win, with Joe Haynes taking second and Yuma's Brett Samala in the number 1 taking the 3rd spot. Next up, the Fisher Automotive Street Stocks, another barn burner, with Yuma's Adolfo Noriega in the number 35, using a late race outside move to get around Manny Valdivia's in the number 77, Noriega to the line first.
We were running behind Manny there pretty close. I think I was a little faster in the corners, but once he gets straightened out, it's really hard to catch him. So I knew I had to make the pass in the corner, and he was tucked down on the bottom so low that there was no room there for me. I tried, and I said, no, I'm not going to make a pass on the bottom. So the cushion was there tonight. We haven't seen a cushion like that in a long time. So I've been testing the waters throughout the night, and I put my right rear on it and swept around. It felt great.
Noriega's win ended a 4-race win streak by Valdivia's, and Noriega said continuing adjustments to his car were what made the difference.
Worked out tonight. A lot of work the last 2 weeks in the shop trying to dial this thing in, and then last minute making changes because it turned out the moisture in the track produced good traction. So we really had to free the car up in between heats and mains. But we made the right choices. Want to thank my guys for helping me out with that. They've been hustling all week and all night.
Noriega again for the win, with Valdivia's second and Yuma's Joey Essery in the number 90. A good strong run for third. Moving on now to the RV World IMCA Sport Mods, where Yuma's Josh Wood in the J11 made a nice early move and then just tried to stay smooth in motoring off for the win.
Yeah, I just try to hit my marks and not miss a corner.
And as to the marks Wood was doing a nice job of hitting?
Yeah, I just try to stay out of the black groove and keep the right rear up in the moisture.
Wood picking up his third victory of the season, while Hopeville's Chris Toth in the 57 CT and Yuma's Miles Morris in the number 3 took second and third respectively. And last but certainly not least, the Napa Auto Parts IMCA Hobby Stocks, where Yuma's Craig Ebers in the number 22 made up a huge amount of ground over the last 4 laps, erasing a big advantage held by Yuma's Brent Wofford in the number 27. Ebers getting to the finish line first, crediting a mid-race change of approach in helping him to make up that big difference.
Yeah, I started grabbing in 3 and 4, and then I tried a high line in 1 and 2 that get out of the soup. Brent was slowing way down and staying low, and I just went high and stayed in it, and it held.
And on that late race pass that got him to the front?
Or just put it in the floor and hoping I didn't spin.
Now Ebers for the win, with Wofford finishing second. Yuma's Jason Bashirs in the number 64 took third. All of that action last Saturday produced some more movement in the season point standings, perhaps most notably in the Napa Auto Parts IMCA Hobby Stocks, where you now have a 2-way tie for the season points lead. Ebers and Wofford now in a dead heat at the top of those standings. The RV World IMCA Sport Mods also saw the season point standings tighten up significantly. Yuma's Timmy Reese in the number 38 remains the season points leader, but with the win and an early end to Reese evening, Josh Wood now just 2 points back. In the other divisions, Brent Ashurst remains your Pro Stock points leader, while Bobby Horton upped his advantage slightly in the IMCA Modifieds, and in the Fisher Automotive Street Stocks, Manny Baldivia still retains a pretty solid advantage. A full review of the top 5 in all 5 divisions coming up next week here on Laptime Live. And with that, we get set for action again next Saturday night, round number 9 of the 2014 Cocopah Speedway Racing Series, all 5 local divisions, again getting set to take to the clay at Cocopah Speedway. Well, coming up next here on Laptime Live, we'll visit with a driver who scored his 3rd victory of the season last Saturday night in the IMCA Sport Mods, Yuma's Josh Wood. He drives the J11 IMCA Sport Mod, and he is set to join us next here on Racing Radio. It's Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live, brought to you by Cocopah Casino here on Outlaw Country AM 1400.
The Player Factory Soccer Camp invites you to join Yuma's newest soccer camp at Castle Dome Middle School from June 2nd through June 6th from 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Cost for the camp is $100 and includes registration, a t-shirt, and a soccer ball. Join Arizona Western College staff, coaches, and college players for a week of fun, games, and the best camp prizes anywhere. Join the fun at PlayerFactorySoccerCamps.com. The Player Factory Soccer Camp from June 2nd through the 6th at Castle Dome Middle School, Yuma. Community and our kids matter to Z93 and Outlaw Country.
The 2nd annual Elder Abuse Awareness Day is being held on Friday, June 13th. The event takes place at the Yuma Senior Center, 160 East 1st Street from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Elder abuse takes on many forms. It does not discriminate based on age, gender, ethnicity, or social status. Stop abuse. No excuse. Abuse can be in the form of neglect, physical, financial, verbal, and emotional. Please join the 2nd annual Elder Abuse Awareness Day, June 13th. There will be a gathering and balloon distribution at 8 a.m., followed by the welcome and introduction, and Mayor Douglas Nichols will be on hand to read a proclamation. The event will wrap up at 9:45 a.m. For more information, please contact Alma Mart at 581-0543. That's 581-0543.
Community matters to Z93 and Outlaw Country.
Ford is taking the EcoBoost Challenge coast to coast, asking people like you to test drive Ford versus our leading competitors.
We want to find out which vehicle you prefer, and may the best car win.
I've never driven a Ford before, and I'm impressed.
They're experiencing the power and efficiency of available EcoBoost engine technology.
Wow, this car can go. It blew the competition away for me. Ford is totally on my radar now.
Now it's your turn to take the EcoBoost Challenge at your Arizona Ford dealers. During the final days, get up to $1,000 challenge cash on top of all other offers. Choose the stylish Fusion, the versatile Escape, or the powerful F-150. But hurry, it's only for a limited time. Visit your Arizona Ford dealers or go to yourlocalforddealers.com. 2014 Ford vehicles. Excludes C-Max, Transit Connect, and Focus Electric ST and S. Take new retail delivery from dealer stock by 6/2/14. See dealer for residency restrictions and details.
Grab your tubes and your friends and get ready for the 4th annual Yuma Territorial River Regatta, floating Yuma style. Mark your calendars for June 28th. Float down begins at 8 a.m. at the confluence of the Gila and Colorado rivers. Drivers who drop their vehicles off at West Wetlands will get a free shuttle ride back to the confluence, so you can float with your group. There is also a float contest with a cash prize for the best overall float, and there aren't any size limitations this year. If it floats, come down and float with us. Categories include Best Business Float, Best Military Theme, Pick Your Own Theme, plus the float with the most people, an Everlasting Float, and even a Centennial Float category. If you don't want to float, hang out under the Ocean to Ocean Bridge at Gateway Park. Have your own picnic and watch the judging. The 4th annual Yuma Territorial River Regatta is only $5 per person if you float, and there are sponsorships available too. For more information, visit caballeros.org or call 343-1715. That's 343-1715. Join us at the confluence on June 28th for the Yuma Territorial River Regatta, brought to you by the Caballeros de Yuma.
You're listening to Racing Radio with Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live, presented by Cocopah Casino here on Outlaw Country AM 1400. Once again, I'm your host, Mike Stanhope, looking ahead on this edition of Laptime Live to next Saturday's round number 9 of the 2014 Cocopah Speedway Racing Series. And joining us in studio this morning, Yuma's Josh Wood, driver of the J11 IMCA Sport Mod. And good morning to you, Josh.
Good morning, Mike. Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks very much for stopping in to talk with us this morning. And first of all, I'd like to say congratulations one more time on that nice victory last Saturday.
Thanks.
Tell us about that race again. You were kind of the definition of smooth in that race.
Everyone got in the water coming out of 2 on the first lap, and luckily we didn't wreck, and then I got into second and just tried to hit my marks, and Miles got in the water coming out of 2. I knew that was probably my only chance to get around him, so
made the move, and then, like you said, it was a matter of simply hitting your marks, and you did very, very nice job indeed of doing just that to take the checkered flag win. Want to talk about your background a little bit. You got started at a pretty early age in racing.
Yeah, when I was 15, we lived in Coolidge, Arizona, and the Casa Grande track there rented bombers out, and we rented a bomber and raced it once, and then the next season got a street stock, raced that for a couple years.
Now, most of that was outside of this area, but ultimately you guys first made a move to Brawley, right?
Yeah, I raced one season in Casa Grande, and then our family moved to Brawley, and so then we raced Yuma and El Centro for 1 or 2 seasons in the street stock, and then moved to the 8 mods.
At that particular time, what was the thinking process from wanting to move out of the full-bodied cars into the modified division?
I never really thought about doing it. I just I came home one day and my dad said, "Hey, Tony Lentz wants to trade your street stock for his modified. Do you want to do that?" So I said, "Yeah."
So circumstance kind of put you in a good position with that, and success in that car pretty much came quickly.
Well, the first year was a big learning curve. I led a few races, but I wrecked a lot, and then we moved on to another car, and I did okay in the cars. It took me about 3 years before I actually got to where I could run up front and then finally win some races.
Big thing we hear from everybody was getting that seat time is always a big key.
Yeah, it takes a long time. For me, it did. But
was there a particular moment that came where you felt like, aha, this is everything just kind of came together moment?
Well, you get better and you want to win so bad. I think it holds you back from winning instead of just having a fast car and staying smooth and letting the opportunity present itself throughout the race. You probably make some situations that you shouldn't, just trying to win so hard.
So you were able to keep racing at that point. Of course, we have the different situations ongoing with the track and stuff, but you were able to keep it going until, into the 2000s at least a little bit.
Yeah, I raced after Yuma closed, we kept racing in El Centro, and then I rolled my car. I was racing, and it was totaled, and we got another car, and I raced it 6 times, and then family obligations and that, I just sold all my equipment and got out of it.
So it basically was how many years in between then before jumping back into the Sport Mod division here at Cocopah?
10 years.
Long time to be away. You told an interesting story when we were talking earlier about going in for your IMCA license.
Yeah, I called IMCA to get my Sport Mod license, and they go, "Oh, we have you on here. You haven't raced with us in 10 years."
Nice to know they keep the records going back that far. Well, let's go back to that first race of the year here at Cocopah Speedway. Your first start in the Sport Mods, and you took it into Victory Lane.
Yeah, the first race was pretty fun. It was pretty awesome to bring that car out and win the first night. We didn't have a car to win that night. It was our first race. We had bugs to get out of it, but we were there when the opportunity was there, and we ended up winning.
Poised to strike and able to bring it on home to Victory Lane. And I remember talking to you that night in Victory Lane, and that seemed significant to you on a lot of different levels.
Oh, yeah, I think that really meant a lot to bring a car like we built and come out there and win the first night.
It was a pleasure to be a part of it, I can sure tell you that. We're talking with Josh Wood. He drives the J11 IMCA Sport Mod in the RV World, IMCA Sport Mod Division at Cocopah Speedway. You're listening to Laptime Live, presented by Cocopah Casino. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
Amanda, age 3. Tyler, age 8. Marissa, age 4.5.
We could tell you just how many child abductions last year led to Amber Alerts.
Shaniqua, age 14. Ryan, age 9.
But this isn't about cold statistics. It's about saving kids.
Terrell and Jamal, age 6 months.
Please go to wirelessamberAlerts.org. Sign up to get free Amber Alert text messages on your cell phone. When an Amber Alert is issued in the areas you've chosen, you'll receive a free text message. If you spot the vehicle, the suspect, or the child described in the alert, call 911. Sign up today for free at wirelessamberAlerts.org. You can imagine what the family of an abducted child is feeling.
Alexander, age 7.
If you actually did help save that child, just imagine what that would feel like. WirelessAmberAlerts.org. A child is calling for help. This message brought to you by the Wireless Foundation, the U.S. Department of Justice, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and the Ad Council.
Greetings from the official luckiest person alive. Just how lucky am I? I once found a needle in a haystack underneath 3 more haystacks. I also taught an old dog new tricks. Card tricks, to be exact. And today, I'm here to endorse the new Lucky Life Scratchers from the Arizona Lottery. They've got a top prize of $5,000 a week for 20 years, plus second chance prizes. 4 tickets are available from $1 to $10, so get yours now. Lucky Life from the Arizona Lottery. You can't win if you don't play.
Credit, 36-month lease is $3,000 down, excludes tax, license, $595 acquisition fee, $475 dock fee, 15 cents per mile over 12,000 miles. Vehicle change offer subject to vehicle inspection. Expires 6/2/14.
The Memorial Day blackout sale has been extended one final weekend at Yuma Honda. 2014 Civic LX 4.0 automatics, only $98 a month, plus a massive selection of used vehicles, all makes and models. Exchange your vehicle with Yuma Honda, and it's worth 110% of KBD. Don't miss the final weekend of the Memorial Day blackout sale at Yuma Honda on 32nd Street or online at YumaHonda.com.
This message is from the Outlaw Country Promotions Department. You may win once every 30 days and only one winner per household. Winners must be at least 18 years old unless we tell you otherwise. Contests are open to everyone except staff of Outlaw Country, their immediate families, contest sponsors, and other media outlets. Prizes must be picked up within 30 days of winning and may be picked up during business hours at 949 South Avenue B. Copies of contest rules are available at the station or on our website, outlawcountry1400.com. Thanks for listening, and good luck from Outlaw Country.
Yuma Community Food Bank is putting out an SOS call. That stands for Stock Our Shelves. The summer months can be very lean at the Yuma Community Food Bank, so they're asking residents to help them out. They have a goal to raise 50,000 pounds of non-perishable foods now through September 1st. You can drop items off at the food bank on 24th Street, or you can hold your own food drive. Please call them if you'd like to hold a food drive, 343-1243. That's 343-1243.
When you want to stay informed, all you need to do is tune in to Outlaw Country. When breaking news happens in Yuma, the Outlaw Country News Department is on top of it. News Director Jennifer Blackwell is quick to provide news information and updates to keep the community informed over the airwaves and on Facebook and Twitter. When you want Yuma news you know you can count on, keep it right here. Outlaw Country is your home for the best classic country and Yuma news with Jennifer Blackwell.
It's Racing Radio here on Outlaw Country AM 1400. Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live, presented by Cocopah Casino. And we continue our conversation now with Yuma's Josh Wood, driver of the J11 IMCA Sport Mod. And welcome back, Josh. Hey, want to talk about your season so far, not counting the Winter National 7 top 5s, 3 wins in 8 races this year. That kind of defines consistency, and was that the goal coming into the year?
Yeah, I just want to finish races and not tear my equipment up. It's tough in that class to not get in wrecks, and I just want to go have fun and not tear anyone or my equipment up.
And for the most part, you've been able to succeed in that goal so far this year.
Yeah, we've had a couple incidents where we tore the car up a little bit, but not bad enough to where we weren't able to put it back together.
How would you describe the Winter Nationals experience? You had pretty good solid finishes throughout the Winter Nationals. Did you find going through that experience has helped set you up for the rest of the season in the Cocopah Speedway Racing Series? Yeah, we learned a lot during that 4 races. We were still struggling with the new car to get the setup right, and I think that on the last race there we finally found something, and from there we've been able to get it even better. Another couple of weeks, or not a couple of weeks, we've still got 2 races, of course, to go before we get to mid-season break at Cocopah Speedway. But at the point we're at right now, what are your impressions of the level of competition across the board in the sport mods?
Oh man, this class is tough. Anyone could win out there any night.
Any particular drivers that you've got a particular eye on, let's say?
No, Miles is fast, Toss fast, Reese fast, Dafford could win any night. It's just a handful of drivers.
Was going to say 4 different drivers into victory lane in that division so far this year, and at least 2 more who've been knocking on the door as well.
Yeah, it's a fun class. I just wish we could get more cars out there.
And it looks like those are coming, as we were talking off air again as well. The definite word of some more cars coming together. And, hey, the racing is already off the charts exciting in that division.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to coming back after the break and seeing how many more cars we get. Planning on doing any traveling during the break? We're planning on going to Casa Grande in July, and I think that's it.
And possibly a group of Yuma cars going over, you were saying?
Yeah, I think there's going to be our 3 cars and possibly some more guys from Yuma.
Well, we'll certainly be tracking in on the progress that all of you make over there. You had also mentioned perhaps later on in the year wanting to be able to do the duel, perhaps.
Yeah, we've been talking about it. I have to get some money together. I've been trying to get some sponsors for Vegas. It's pretty expensive, but that would be fun to go there.
Can you tell us about the friendships out at the track? You are, in essence, part of a team of cars. You guys look like you have a pretty darn good time out there.
Oh, we all have a blast, and it's so fun because we all get along and joke around, and it's probably the funnest time of racing I've ever experienced.
That's certainly nice to hear, and I'd imagine there's some sharing of information that goes back and forth also, regards setups, what you guys are seeing at different times out on the tracks.
Yeah, we all help each other with what the cars are doing and what the track's doing, so it helps.
We all know the time commitment to racing is a big one. What's a typical week of race prep like for you?
Usually all day Friday, the weekend before. If there's no damage, then if the car's tore up, then we'll basically every night until the next race. But
any particular mental preparations that you would make for a night of racing?
No, I try not to overthink it.
And we have seen more than one person think their way right out of a race.
Yeah, that's a tough part, man. You gotta. it's a tough deal out there.
Know when to think and when not to think.
Right.
You get a front row seat from behind the wheel of a car of action, as we've been talking, that's been intense all year. What would you say to the casual race fan who's maybe not been out to see you guys race in the sport mods?
Oh, they should come out and watch. All the racing's good, from the hobby stocks all the way to the A mods. The level of competition at Cocopah is pretty good.
You were making reference again earlier to some of the best racing you have ever seen, and again, you've been at it a long time.
Yeah, last weekend I think it was one of the best dirt track races I've ever seen in the A mod class.
And hey, we're looking forward to more of that, and I'll tell you what, you guys put on a great show each week in the RV World IMCA Sport Mods as well. Josh, can you tell us about the people, the family, the businesses who help make it possible for you to race?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my sponsors, Scott Jeffries, Jeffrey Fabrication, Miles, Morris Ag Air, Mac Electric, RV World, and the Hortons, Bobby Horton, his dad, all them that help us week after week.
And you've, of course, got big support in your own family.
And my own family, too, my parents and my grandparents that come down from out of town, and I have a buddy in Tucson that comes almost every race just to help in the pits, so got a lot of help. And then my pit guy, Cody Counselor, I couldn't do it without him.
I'll tell you what, it always is nice to have lots of good people around you.
Yeah, it's been a fun year.
All right, well, hey, I hope there's more fun involved for you as we continue on in 2014. And, Josh, I want to say once again a big, big thank you to you for stopping by to appear with us today here on Laptime Live.
Well, thanks for having me on, Mike.
All right, Josh, looking forward to the next time, too. Josh Wood, driver of the J11 IMCA Sport Modified, just one of the stars of the Cocopah Speedway Racing Series, aiming for action again next Saturday night, round number 9 of the 2014 Cocopah Speedway Racing Series. Again, coming up just 1 week from tonight out at the Diamond in the Deserts. As always, gates will open up at 5 p.m. with racing hitting the clay at 7 p.m. And in the week ahead, make sure you stop by www.cocopahspeedway.com. You can take a look at the updated point standings, learn more about all the drivers that you'll see in action at Cocopah Speedway. Lots of other special stuff to check out as well, including the full 2014 schedule, and it is a big one. You'll also find that easy option for online ticketing, along with advance tickets, of course, also being available in person at the Cocopah Casino gift shop and at Yuma area Napa Auto Parts stores. And make sure, too, that you check out the new Winter Heat tab, where updates will be coming throughout the year on the Winter Heat Sprint Car Showdown. The best 410 wing sprint car drivers in the country getting together for 4 huge nights of racing the first 2 weekends of January 2015. Remember, you can also follow the showdown on Twitter at twitter.com/Cocopah Showdown and on Facebook at facebook.com/Winter Heat Sprint Car Showdown. Make sure you bookmark those sites, and of course CocopahSpeedway.com for all of the lowdown on the showdown. Our thanks once again to Josh Wood for taking time out to talk with us this morning. Set for action next Saturday night in the Cocopah Speedway Racing Series. Again, gates open up at 5. Racing underway at 7 p.m. next Saturday out at the Diamond in the Desert. You've been listening to Laptime Live, presented by Cocopah Casino. We'll be back with more next Saturday morning, 11 a.m. here on Outlaw Country AM 1400.